at 4:30. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we bring in one of my great friends, a guy that's been there since the beginning of this bad boy at YSN, a guy that brought home the hardware, your YSN Basketball Coach of the Year for the boys, and today making some big moves and enhancing the school by joining the Ohio Valley Athletic Conference, the athletic director of Heartland Christian. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Scott. Hey, Josh, how are you, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm well.
Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Let's get right to it. I got to ask, for you as the athletic director, obviously basketball coach, pulling double duty, how does this help your time management, being able to have people that you're going to play on a regular basis in the OVAC?
I'm hoping that it's going to help a lot. The biggest thing, more than anything, was just for our kids to have something to play for, like all the other schools do that are in a conference. So, that was the most important thing to me. And so, whatever scheduling comes about, if it helps, that's great. If I have to do a little extra work, that's okay too. It does seem it's a little unique, and it's not just like some of these local conferences where the schedule is set. I still have to go find schools. We have to have at least 6 in each sport from the OVAC. So, I have been working on that, but we were trying to be proactive, but until we found out today that the vote went through and that it's official, that now I can really get cracking on it. So,
okay, so the OVAC, correct me if I'm wrong, is one of those really interesting conferences that you can be members of 2 conferences when you're in the OVAC. Is that correct or incorrect?
Yes. That's right. So we will be joining like Southern and Wellsville, for example, who are also in the EOAC. They do it both, but our hope was that in the grand scheme of things, we're hoping that this is a stepping block for us to possibly be that team that also has 2 conferences as well. So we're hoping that we can show some stability, some responsibility of being in a league, and then maybe we'd be a little bit more attracted down the road too, to be in some of these local or in a local conference as well.
Okay, so one of the immediate things when you texted me and let me know that this was happening was the question that I had was travel time. I mean, you guys obviously don't have to worry so much about Friday nights with football because there's no football program there. Friday nights for basketball going to be, kind of a non-starter. But, talking about the Tuesday night middle school games, some of these potential games are a while away. When you're weighing that out and kind of putting that out to parents and weighing it yourself, because you're a guy that takes a lot of pride, obviously, in Heartland Christian, what things were going through your mind and how far was too far? And what some of the closer games are going to be, hopefully, Southern, like you said, Wellsville. Is Beaver Local still in that OVAC as well?
Beaver Local, Toronto, Edison, Oak Glen across the river, Madonna, Weir. There's some closer schools, but it's definitely, my presentation to the administration was that, look, for basketball, we're already going to Lake Center Christian.
Right.
We're headed to Badger. I mean, some of these schools are just, they're distance, but it's the other way. So, for us now, we're going to have to kind of put our focus on being able to travel south a little bit. And that's been the biggest concern going in was just, can we get these teams that are somewhat close to us in this conference to play, and we're hoping and taking a leap of faith that that's going to happen. For girls hoops and even volleyball, I've gotten a lot of good feedback on some of these schools that we're going to be able to get those games scheduled. But that's the risk and the risk reward for us. The reward was bigger in the fact that our kids now have a championship to play for, all conference honors, and just more opportunity across the board for our kids. So that was the most important, and that was the selling feature for me to give to the school.
This is something that you and I have talked about time and time again, and it was very important for you to find a home and find a conference so that there are those boxes to check. I mean, not everybody is able to go and put state championship on the whiteboard at the beginning of the season, and you've been able to. Obviously, that's a dragon you're chasing right now. But for you, when you're looking at this, right, because you have wanted to get into a conference since obviously taking over as athletic director, and even before then as basketball coach, because you've had a lot of great teams, not just in basketball, roll through there. For you, it's always been about the kids. The benefits of being in a conference, you said all conference honors, things of that nature, but and playing for a conference title. What are some of the other benefits that you, as a guy that's been there and done that, and now coaching these kids up? What are some of the benefits you're really looking forward to playing in those games that have so much on the line?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I had Pops riding home with me here, and he made the trek down to St. Clairsville to go down and go through this meeting. But yeah, we were just saying that opportunity to have those big moment games where you know uh, the outcome matters, and not that it doesn't every other game, but it's a lot easier to sell to kids. You know, and even for the tournament this year, for the state tournament, now that RPI is a thing, that's helped us out a ton too. That games have significance now, and then we're always going to have those 2 games slotted for the top 4 in each division of the OVAC. There's 5 divisions of all the schools. The top 4 in each sport get an opportunity to go play for a tournament, where the rest end up getting matched up with a likely ranked school where they're similarly ranked. So, but just to have that, the friendly rivals and the opportunity to maybe play some of these schools year in and year out, and those games have significance where it's not just here we go again on the road to this school that we don't know that well or what have you, and the game ultimately means nothing in the grand scheme. Those are things that hopefully will be all part of the past now. And just being able to have our kids learn what it takes to go out and play for a title, because it is hard. It's a lot easier just to play your random Tuesday game and maybe be the team that just has more heart that night because that maybe the other school wasn't as into it. Those things happen. Now these games have significance across the board. So
Last question for you, and we're taking the gray clouds out of this. I mean, obviously, we got to ask some tough questions because it's what we do. It's journalism. It's journalism. But at the end of the day, Josh, you've taken a lot of pride in making every day a better experience for those kids at Heartland Christian. For you to be able to fly this up the flagpole as part of what you're doing, and I say part because you're doing a lot with the administrators over there as well. I'm really proud to see what you have turned this into, as well as the administrators over at Heartland Christian, because the ultimate thing, and it's not a commercial. The ultimate thing is those young women and young men that walk through those doors that give the glory to God and all of that along the line, whether they're on the floor, off the floor, on the field, off the field. When you sit back and you think about this tonight, and this is something that you've thought about for a long time, what's the thing you're most proud of after this accomplishment?
I'm just proud to be a part of it. Honestly, and you said it perfectly. I mean, that is the truth. I've been just this one cog to the whole system here. This started, this is year 5 for me, being at Heartland in general. And when Susie Shields was here and she brought us in, this is a conversation that we've had since then. So I know that she had been trying hard. We've been trying hard to get into a conference in general and to accomplish some of these things that we've done. And this has been it's God's will now, and that's I'm happy to be part of that scenario now. And obviously, it's you try not to be too prideful, but I mean I am. We're all proud of where we've gotten to, but obviously we can be better. And I'm hoping that this is a big stepping stone into becoming even better, as a program, as a school on the athletic side. But yeah, I mean, that's probably it. I'll be thinking about, outside of me not being able to constantly stress about schedules now. I'll be thinking about, man, this is really cool now because we've been talking about it for so long, just such a long time. So yeah, it's to see it to come to fruition. I hope that the kids will find a way to enjoy it as much as we hope that they will. That's the biggest thing is, and I think this group will, the groups that are coming up, because they've all been part of that situation of like, hey, we never had this before. So there's going to be that appreciation. And then and who knows what time will tell after this. It'll be, you know, I don't know. I'm just hoping that there is a master plan. I know there is, right? But we're just hoping to continue to be part of that and enjoy it. That's the biggest thing.
Josh, we're proud of you, man. Congratulations on the big news today. Thanks for letting us know
Thank you.
about it. And obviously, we'll be looking forward to covering you and the other OVAC teams as you make the trek down there. They come up our way, and we look forward to you putting that first conference championship on the wall.
That'll be an exciting time when that comes. I
Josh
appreciate you guys
Scott,
so much.
thank you so much. Appreciate you. Get home safely,
Thanks.
my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. All right.
There he goes. Josh Scott, thank you so much for taking time out. Didn't have to do that. Obviously, in the mix of a lot of emotions and a lot of driving, a lot of traveling. Pops is in the car. It's a special day. A very, very special day for Heartland Christian. And obviously, one of the things that he said at the beginning that I'm really got my ears perked up is maybe this is an opportunity to get kind of that double dip